Hi, we're Roy and Karen, and this video is about our Inverness Redeux.
And if you don't remember this, a year ago, we had all these plans. We were doing an RV trip. We were going to e-bike from the campground over to the little town of Inverness, and then do some e-bike riding down the Withlacoochee
Rails to Trails.
Rails to Trails, State Parkway, something or other. And I had all these stops all planned out, and we were actually on the way.
It's like,
on the
it's
bikes.
just drizzling a little bit. It's not too bad. And then
We got caught in the downpour. And I'll link to that video later so you can go check that out because it was really something. But there are 3 points that I'd like to get to explain this video before we go forward. Number 1, eventually we're going to have no RV. And we've been thinking about how are we going to get the e-bikes to these places that we want to go check out, that we want to ride. There are so many rails to trails kind of paths in Florida.
And Florida's pretty flat. You can go a long ways and see a lot of stuff on a bike.
We were looking at one yesterday that was down by St. Pete, and it's right on the beaches and everything. And let's just bring the bikes without camping, just going for a day trip. And
How do you bring these big old heavy things in our little car? Yeah.
so we're going to get to that. Number 2, we got a drone. We have a very long bucket list RV trip coming up, and we really wanted to document it. We'll talk about that later. Number 3, the last time we went to Inverness, like we just said, we got rained out. So we wanted to do this again. So those are the 3 points we're going to get to. Number 1, we were talking about how we're going to bring the e-bikes. And we saw this YouTube video that showed this couple who've got a Kia Soul like us, and how they went and they got this 55-gallon tote over at Home Depot or Lowe's or someplace, fit the e-bikes in it, and got both of them into the back of their Kia Soul.
If they can do it, we can do it. And we really appreciate all that resource we get from YouTube.
It's amazing what we find there. And as you can see, we did. We got both the bikes folded up and into the back of the Kia, and we took...
My muscle man here.
We made it to Inverness, and everything worked out great this time. It was a beautiful day.
Yes, it was.
But number 2, like I said, we got a major bucket list RV trip coming up, and we're going to tell you guys all about it later, not today. But as we were planning for this trip over the last 6 months, one of the things that came up time and time again is, I wish we had a drone. And
Wouldn't it be nice to be able to view that from the sky?
yeah,
Wouldn't it be nice to have this in this dry camping place that we're not sure we can even get out to?
so just recently, some of you guys know there's a lot of drama going on between the people who have drones in the villages and the villages. So it's perfect timing for me to go get a drone.
Yeah. The day it arrived, these notifications were coming up. It's like, oh boy, timing is everything.
But I spent the last 2 weeks studying and studying and studying. It's the hardest test I think I've ever had to take. And I was absolutely convinced that morning that I took the test that I was going to fail it. It is 7:35 on Wednesday, April 2nd, and I'm getting ready to leave. I'm going to head over to Leesburg Airport, and I'm going to go take my drone licensing test so I can put drone videos up on YouTube. Without that license, I'm not allowed to do it. Been studying for the last 2 weeks, watching lots and lots of YouTube videos on how to prepare and what the questions are going to be. And last night, it was like the first time. I did terrible on the practice tests. I think I'd overstudied and I messed up. Now, for 2 weeks, I've been so positive. And last night, it was like, oh my God, I'm worried now. Anyway, I'm going to head to Leesburg and let's see how I do. But here's the most amazing thing. Because I got so many questions wrong the night before the test, that just meant it was things I was learning that I hadn't known before. And when I got to take the test, so many questions were exactly the things I learned the night before.
Isn't that amazing?
It really is. OMG, that was the hardest test I have ever taken. I really was not sure that I passed. But I got an 88. I am so thrilled. Remember, no coincidences. I feel like I was really taken care of. Well, one of the things I really wanted to do when I got this drone, one of the things I'd really been dreaming about was taking a shot of one of the village's water towers and going around it. So the first thing I did is I went over to Coleman Ridge. And if you don't know where that is, it's on the south side, right by where we live at Hammock at Fenny. And it's going to be kind of like a Middleton. It's going to be
Family, not age restricted.
But it's being built by the villages.
Someday.
The streets are in, the street signs are up. All the lots they got the plumbing and the electric, everything's done. The only thing they haven't done is frame it. And I think it's because they're concentrating on Middleton.
Who knows?
But yeah, like you said, who knows?
Nothing happening out there. There's no people, so you don't have to worry about flying over anyone or getting in the way of anything. And it was a great public place for you to borrow the airspace.
Right, exactly. So I could have gone to a park, which I have done. But here was a much bigger space for me to practice. And they happen to have a water tower. Perfect. And finally, Inverness. So when you think about that trip that got rained out, so to speak.
Big time.
The idea of going there was, let's get onto that Withlacoochee Trail and let's
Explore.
Thank you.
We like to explore the areas around where we are. We like to get in the bubble, and we like to get out of the bubble.
But we also brought the drone with us. And when I saw that Inverness Tower, I needed to do a flyby.
Yeah, they did really, really scenic area in that downtown there. It's just gorgeous, surrounded by, is it Cooter Pond.
A cooter is a turtle. Now, that wasn't this lake that I'm showing in this footage. I don't know what this one's called. Cooter's just a little one, but I love Inverness. It's a beautiful town.
Scenic downtown. We've had great eating there. And
we tried to get a thumbnail by this caboose and
oops.
didn't turn out real well. We tried to get a thumbnail by this Withlacoochee or Inverness sign. No.
Still figuring it all out.
But we had fun just roaming.
Spring and gorgeous weather and sunshine, and humidity hasn't kicked up a notch yet.
Not yet. But it still reminds me that it's not how long your batteries on the e-bike last, it's how long your butt will last when you're out there. And like I said, we've already done a video about Inverness and the trials and tribulations of trying to do this, and you gotta watch it. It's so funny to watch us being caught in a downpour on the e-bikes with our helmets and we're just dripping. You gotta watch that video. I'm gonna put it right here. In the meantime,
we appreciate you stopping by.
See ya.